Hey everyone, it's Jego Reyes for CNN Philippines 10, where we break down major stories from here and abroad into bite-sized facts in 10 minutes. Following the success of the recent Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan polls, COMELEC Chairman George Garcia says it has become a model for future elections. As he expresses hope, the new programs are continued in the next polls. First is the early voting for senior citizens and persons with disabilities in the cities of Muntinlupa and Naga. He says the massive turnout, despite some confusion, showed the desire of these sectors to participate.
Next election, early voting prior to the election. Tapos kung sakasakali hindi sila lahat magparehistro, meron pa rin boboto na katatanda at may kapansanan sa mismong araw na election, early voting hours pa rin.
Garcia also wants to expand mall voting nationwide from the initial 11 sites. The pilot run took place in select areas in Metro Manila, Legazpi City, Albay, and Cebu City. The COMELEC, meanwhile, lauds the positive result of the automated BSKE in 3 barangays in Quezon City and Dasmariñas, Cavite. It says it will push to automate the next BSKE in 2025, but admits this may not be possible due to limited budget. COMELEC reminds the public that the election period is until November 29th, which means the gun ban and checkpoints are still in effect. Heavier traffic is expected in major Metro Manila roads as the Christmas season draws nearer. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority or MMDA says they have been looking for ways to prevent a traffic standstill, especially along EDSA. A number of motorists were surprised after a Metro Manila Council or MMC resolution was published in newspapers removing the window hours in implementing the number coding scheme, meaning it will be in effect from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. But the MMDA clarifies it will not be implemented yet.
Advance lang po tayo mag-isip. Buti na po yung handa tayo na kung kailangan ay tsaka natin i-implement. Kaysa naman kung kailan hindi na gumagalaw ang mga sasakyan sa lansangan, tsaka pa lang po tayo kukuha ng MMC resolution, baka po mahuli.
The MMDA says it will study the traffic volume and flow from November 6 to 12 before deciding if the window hours should be scrapped. For now, the 7 to 10 a.m. and 5 to 8 p.m. enforcement of the number coding will still be in effect.
Hanggat kaya po ng aming ahensya na i-hold yan, i-hold po natin. Pero kung kailangan na po, lalo na po sa mga darating na linggo, pagkatapos ng undas. So, i-announce naman po namin in case na i-implement na siya.
Meanwhile, the MMDA also plans to increase the penalty for violators of the exclusive bus lane along EDSA. This may go up to 30,000 pesos plus revocation of driver's license depending on the number of offenses. The agency says the number of violators reached over 4,300 last July.
Napuna kasi namin, merong ilang vehicles na paulit-ulit dumadaan. So willing sila na magbayad ng 1,000 pesos every time dahil nga po afford nila.
Penalties for contractors violating policies on road excavation and repairs will also be increased. It's the world's fastest growing sport, and Filipinos are getting in on the padel craze, a racket sport that combines the elements of tennis and squash. Padel is played in doubles inside an enclosed court with panel walls. It follows the same scoring system as tennis, and beginners can pick up the game within just an hour of playing.
Actually, we have a lot of players now who doesn't have a background. It's like zero talaga. So, may edge ka na lang if you're a tennis player. It's easier to pick up because the pacing is really slow here, and you have the walls to slow the pace even more.
Padel's popularity skyrocketed in Europe during the pandemic, with now more than 25 million players around the world. In Mandaluyong City, this newly opened padel court is packed every day, welcoming players of all ages and skill levels.
And I think the best part of padel is really the community aspect of it. It's a sport that you will burn calories, you will run, you will have a lot of fun, but at the same time, you will meet a lot of people.
At the forefront of promoting the sport in the country is Senator Pia Cayetano, who aims to grow padel from the grassroots level.
Ang maganda sa padel, it's not height intensive. Filipinos are known to be malikse. Kaya focus ko is coaches kasi sila yung magbibigay ng opportunity dun sa mga new players.
And news from San Miguel Corporation. The conglomerate's Barangay Ginebra team at the PBA has tapped 34-year-old Tony Bishop as its import in their upcoming Commissioner's Cup title defense. Bishop, who led the Meralco Bolts to the 2021 Governor's Cup finals against his new team, is expected to do the same with the Gin Kings. Despite having proven his creds, Bishop still recognizes the big shoes he has to fill with his new team.
I was playing in Mexico, and then once I got the call, and I'm like, oh, it's a no-brainer for me. You know, one of the most historic teams, competing against these guys in the finals. You know, I respect everyone over there, from the coaching staff to the players. For me, it's a no-brainer.
The Gin Kings campaign will start on November 17th. Filipino Karen Remo was awarded as the Entrepreneur of the Year at the Gulf Capital SMC Awards in Dubai. She is the founder and CEO of New Perspective Media Group, who grew up saving 2 pesos daily to buy a newspaper and comics. She then promised herself that she will own a publishing company in the future to hand out free newspapers. 20 years after, she was able to establish the Filipino Times, a community newspaper in UAE that delivers news in the Middle East. Just last year, Remo also received the Pamana ng Pilipino Award, a presidential award given to overseas Filipinos.
It means a lot because it's not only for me, it's also for the Filipinos and the Philippines as well. It is the first time that the Philippines actually has got that kind of recognition internationally in the Middle East, where it's male-dominated.
Lady Guard Gilren Bahado was hailed as Outstanding Security Guard of the Year. That's because of her honesty and attentiveness. Bahado shares she was inspecting cinemas in a mall when she saw a black pouch containing over 6,000 pesos and ATM cards. She immediately surrendered it to the mall's Lost and Found section. PNP Chief Major General Benjamin Acorda personally gave her the award.
Ang masabi ko lang po sa mga kapwa ko security guards, lagi po nating piliin yung maging tapat sa ating tungkulin. Mahalin po yung trabaho na may malasakit.
TikTok Philippines Foodie Content Creator of the Year, Abby Marquez, aims for Filipino food to be known globally. In her content, Abby, who's also known as Lumpia Queen, teaches her viewers how to cook Filipino dishes in a fun and unique way. Because of that, she now has more than 3 million TikTok followers, 1 million on Facebook, and almost 7,000 on YouTube.
I feel like we have so much to offer, but hindi pa lang natin siya na-share with the world. And that's one of my goals, I think, when creating content.
P-Pop Kings SB19 surprises 18s during their 5th anniversary fan meet. In the middle of the event, the group dropped the music video of their song Freedom, giving their fans a chance to watch it on the big screen with them. Freedom is SB19's 5th song in their Pagtatag EP. This November, the group is set to visit Singapore, Bangkok, and Dubai, among others, for the Asian leg of their world tour. Harry Potter star Daniel Radcliffe gives a glimpse of a project very close to his heart. The documentary The Boy Who Lived tells the story of Radcliffe's stunt double, David Holmes, and his life after he was left paralyzed in an on-set accident. Radcliffe is the executive producer of the documentary, which will premiere on November 15th. And now for our 10-second trivia. What is the first ever chat bot? Eliza, Mobile Monkey, Pandora Bots, or SimSimi? Eliza is the first ever chat bot. It was developed by Joseph Weizenbaum in 1966, which uses pattern matching and substitution methodology to simulate conversation. The chatbot Eliza worked by passing the words that users entered into a computer and then pairing them to a list of possible scripted responses. The program was designed in a way that it mimics human conversation. And that's it for CNN Philippines 10. I am Jego Reyes, giving you news you can use, news you can trust in 10 minutes. Thanks for joining me today, and see you again next time.